This is stage one. Getting ready to move the trailer. All those holes will be covered in plastic like that because we couldn't get a truck to move the trailer with, or to move the wood with rather. Apparently these supports are coming along. Little construction team. This is the Fair Jensen construction team.
Now, Dad? Okay, that's the big one now.
We're covering all these holes so that we can move everything.
Now we'll work on bedroom.
Oh, looks like I'm needed. Raccoon hole up at the top, that has to be dealt with right away. So yeah, don't worry about it. We'll fix up the eaves and stuff. Some of this stuff won't be able to get done till spring, but in the meantime you'll have some place to live. Outside work can be done in the spring and at a later date. Okay. End cap looks good for now. Yeah, we can make this work.
Epic stupidity, day number 1. What we have here is a 3-foot door opening, which has to swing in to a hallway. A hallway that is 2 feet 6 inches wide. Meaning the door swings that far and then it hits the wall. That much door. This was his drywall work that he did. Just in case anybody's wondering, these are 20 inches on center. I have never in my life heard of 20-inch center walls. This is what is between the plywood or the drywall. This is holding up nothing between drywall at 20 inches on center. Epic stupidity, day 1. All interior partition walls. Inches. Window in the wall. Plug, there it is, in the wall. We haven't opened up yet, but I do see vapor barrier overhanging where the dry rot is. So we come to an area where the drywall is not, and anybody who has been in construction will know exactly instantaneously what is missing on this vapor barrier. For those of you who don't know, it's called acoustosealant. It is a big gooey black mess that goes on underneath the poly that actually gives you a vapor barrier. By the way, you don't have 2-inch gaps. Epic stupidity, day 1. This is a PVC window frame. These are wood screws through the PVC window frame. There is no blue skin. No water protection whatsoever on this window frame. Same with the doors. These are for what we can call, lack of a better term, wood cheap garbage door frames. Folks want me to fix this place. I'm going to try and keep a log of it. We're going to have some fun. Oh, power box over there. I have to move it over here, but we have to replace the power box. There's only 2 empty sockets left on it, and if I'm going to bring this place up to code, I'm going to need about 6. This was a mechanical wall, 2x6 wall. There's no there's no base plate. These are scraps of 1x tacked to the floor. This doesn't even have a base plate on it. So any load that wall's carrying is pretty much useless. This is how we do not wire. We've also got wires hanging down everywhere. Not one of them is labeled. Original roof vent fan might be salvageable. We're not sure. This, after I shoveled the raccoon poop out of here, this is where the original forced air heater was. Chimney for gas fireplace or gas stove heat. But you can't really make it out, but the raccoons have been making nests in the ducts. Okay, epic stupidity day number 2. This stuff here, I can actually salvage a good portion of this floor. This is just your cheap, everyday, snap together floors. One thing you should note if you're ever installing this floor, the recommended minimum clearance is a 1/4 inch. This stuff is so tight to the wall, I'm ripping drywall. Literally tearing drywall trying to take it off, and I'm being gentle. It's embedded into the drywall over here on the side with the mold. A good portion of it is salvageable, but a lot of it is damaged. I also started tearing down a portion of the drywall in the front here. As you can see, I was right. There is not one single drop of acoustosealant. This is also, I don't know if we can read this, medium duty. You know where they have minimums? The minimum says it should be 6 mil poly. This is just stuff I'm using. You can't push your finger through 6 mil poly without putting some effort into it. All has to come down. Something else I noticed while I was farting around in here. I've only been in here a couple hours today. The air is so toxic you can't work in here for long. He's got all the plumbing and the power supply over in one wall, which is not bad. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having an electronics wall. But this was supposed to be the living room, I'm assuming. You know, front room, main room, whatever you call it. But if you moved into an apartment, I'm going to ask you one question. Where are you planning on plugging the phone in? How about the TV? Or the internet? Yes, that's right. Once again, we see the epicness of stupidity. Focus on the high voltage, completely ignore low voltage. Nothing, not even doorbell chimes. Like, that's all part of construction, boys and girls. By the way, that's where I broke off last time because my memory card ran out. But this is full of raccoons, poop, and nests. These ducts run the whole length of the building and will need to be cleaned or removed. And I'm still debating on the removal part myself. the good thing is I can move all of these walls. I was right, this is a damn good shell, but there's not much else.
Okay, Art, what's new on the job site today? Stupidity 101. Okay, where am I starting?
Where should we start? Let's start at the beginning.
In the beginning, God. Oh, not that beginning?
Well, we won't go quite that far back.
Okay.
The fine, high quality vapor barrier job that he did. Making sure it was well secured. And the corner that he did, missing any kind of support or structure whatsoever.
Okay.
This is why we don't do vapor barrier this way. As you can see, we have mold and wood rot on the bottom.
Oh, yes. And I see that it's improperly done around the outlet as well,
Oh God, yeah.
which would bring moisture in and cause electrical shorts. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, he did none of the boxes.
Okay.
No acoustosealant. Okay.
No acoustoseal
He
at
actually got a
all.
little bit of tape over there. I don't know, maybe he ran out of motivation or something, but
Oh,
he
dear.
stopped. And it appears that I was mistaken. Yes, I'll admit that. This is the shit poly. He actually was using good poly for the most part.
Oh, really? He was actually using 6 mil poly over here.
For the most part. And then he
Okay.
ran out. And he just finished it with
Whatever he
Saran wrap.
had handy. Okay.
Saran wrap.
Now,
we're gonna-
I see you've taken up part of the
now we're gonna look
boards
at
here.
the fun part, yeah.
What the blazes?
Plumbing. This is called plumbing.
Hang on. Okay.
This is a clean out hidden underneath the floor. This is hooked still up to the main line over there.
Over there.
There.
Oh, fun. So if
If it
there
backs
would,
up, it's going to fill this whole area in here. Don't bother sticking the camera in there. It's just a channel
okay.
with sewage, including these two lovely, still hooked up original water pipes.
Those are copper pipes, right?
Yeah. Hot
We don't
and
use
cold.
copper piping anymore. Is that right?
No, we still use copper piping.
Okay. That one appears to be mostly loose.
They're both mostly loose.
Okay.
They're attached to something, I don't know what, but they're still in there.
Okay.
Just too much work to take them out, so it's easier to just board over them.
Okay. And that's a really good way to be healthy.
Having puzzled about the way we boarded things over, I'm noticing here's the vent stack.
Okay.
Okay.
Vent stack.
Now this would have been the bathroom, so somewhere in here should be a toilet. This house was built with absolutely no plan in mind whatsoever. None. Nil. Nada.
Wait a minute. Toilet.
Yeah.
There was a partition wall there. Okay. And I'm thinking that's probably where he wanted the toilet to go,
But
but there is no toilet.
plumbing is still here. This
Yes.
is all boarded up.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you the fun part.
Fun part. Oh, let me get my gloves.
Hey kids, another gorgeous warm Sunday, Saturday,
Friday.
Friday today. I'm just building up some window frames for these windows that the folks picked up at the store. Of course I don't have the tools to do a good job, so it's just a straight butt joint square box. This will last probably about 3 or 4 years, and then it'll need to be replaced. ripping down the old window on this side. And as I mentioned before, he had a header here that has no support under it. This is supported by a piece of rotten drywall. The window was frozen, actually literally frozen into place. This is all ice. Oh, we can make this out here, but this is all ice on the window. It's such a nice, beautiful day. Everything's melting. So the window is actually melting. As you can see, the water just pouring down through this wall. And this is ice up here. It's all frozen in. Oh, and also, when I was stripping out the wiring the other day, or cleaning the wiring up the other day, I found another one where it was screwed. Can't remember exactly where it was. It was over here somewhere. Just screw holes through the wires. So, yeah, it's coming along slow. Ceiling is down for the first half of the room. Most of the insulation has been stripped out. I'm actually seeing where all the garbage is, so we're getting some progress. Talk to you later. There we go, opening up the walls. Just about finished the demo. This was hidden in the wall cavity. That would have filled the wall with sewer gas. That's the main stack for the house, so that's the main ventilation stack. As you can see, the place is just about completely gutted now. Got this mountain of insulation pieces that we got to reuse. Drywall scraps that we're going to try to reuse. The walls are filled with wood rot and mold that have to be dealt with before we cover them up. All the wiring has to be rerun. The whole house needs to be rewired, so that's going to take a bit longer than I had hoped, but no big deal. But there we go. Demo is done. My first wall is up, by the way. That's the first wall I built. That's up. So that's where we're at.